Okay, hello. This will be my sort of overly long-winded guide on what the heck is going on with Tormented Demons. Um, I'll try to explain some of the mechanics, what I'm doing gear-wise, different thoughts and strategies and other things going on. Some of this is on the wiki. When I post this video, I'll probably go in and add a strategy guide in there as well to list all the things. Unfortunately, they're very complicated. And what is best for you is going to be entirely situational and dependent on your gear, how good you are at swapping gear and re-clicking the boss, how good you are at paying attention to the boss's mechanics and swapping your prayers and all that stuff, how sweaty you want to be with your DPS versus how lazy you are, and also all of your gear and whether or not you're Iron Man or not, and blah, 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 blah. It gets crazy. I'll do my best to explain them. Um, so for one, I'll show my gear here. Actually, you know what? I'll start by explaining the mechanics a little bit. Again, mechanics are in the wiki. Team of people, we've kind of figured out the stuff. There's been some hot fixes and things, but I think we've got it pretty solved now. There is, let's put it this way. Tormented demons, other than the obvious prayers and all that stuff and different attacks, they have a fire shield. Fire shield is up pretty much all the time. And when it is up, you deal 80% damage unless you have a Demon Bane weapon, aka Arclight or any of the new ones, like the Scorching Bow and whatnot, or if you are using a demon weapon, which includes Abyssal Bludgeon, Abyssal Whip, Abyssal Dagger. I haven't tested Tentacle, but I wouldn't be surprised. And Bone Claws actually have a 5% Demon Bane bonus as well, and so Bone Claws also are in there. If you have any of those, then you deal 100% damage through the shields. If you do not, Blowpipe, T-Bow, Bofa, whatever, you'll do 80% damage through the shield. Worth keeping in mind because Fang calcs higher than Arclight, but that's because the 80% is not being accounted for, and so Arclight still beats Fang. Let me think, what else? The when how do I put this? When you start fighting the boss, he will immediately do the special attack where he throws out the bombs, except he won't throw out the bombs. But he'll sort of do the same thing. What I mean is his shield will go down and he will choose an attack style to hit you with, be it melee, magic, or ranged. And this is important because we can take advantage of that in a thing I'll explain in a minute. But the other thing is whenever he does that and he goes rah and then chooses his attack style, for the next 25 ticks, your accuracy will be normal, just like whatever it is in the DPS calc. But then after that 25 ticks, when it stops, your DPS becomes, or sorry, your accuracy becomes 100%. So you get 100% accuracy with all weapons, all attack styles, everything. Until he does the raw and then shoots out the bombs the next time. And then you have another 25 ticks of normal DPS and then 100% accuracy again. And because he does the special every 9 attacks with a 6-tick attack style, you do some math. I think that comes out to what? That's 54 ticks. I think we said that the special itself is 6 ticks. You add another, so you get 60 ticks between phases and 25 ticks of low DPS. Funky shit. Point being, half the time you will have 100% accuracy, and half the time you will not. So you need to bring different setups for the different accuracies. Luckily for melee, Arclight is always the best, regardless, always 100%. Actually, Scythe might be better, but I haven't been able to test that or calculate because I don't have one. Arclight's better than Fang in all situations. Arclight's just cracked and does crazy damage. So melee is easy. But with ranged, we have Blowpipe, which is really solid on the 100%, but really bad when his defense is up. So I bring a Bofa swap for that. Some people don't. The DPS difference between them is about, I think Blowpipe is 75% of what Bofa does when the defense is up. But when you're in 100% accuracy, then Blowpipe is like a solid 2 DPS better than Bofa. So it's dependent. Also with Iron Man, you have to worry about scales and darts, but blah blah blah. I know Tebow is better in them both in both situations always. Tebow's cracked. And Magic Shadow is really good when his defense is up, but once you hit 100% accuracy, then Shadow's really bad. So I wouldn't bother with Shadow. Um, Demon Bane does weird things. I don't think we've tested it since the hotfix, but at the day of the patch, Demon Bane was doing really weird, buggy shit, so it wasn't really possible to know what was going on there. If you have any of the 3 Tormented Synapse weapons, those are all really, really, really good, so use those. Other things. Why do I have a Ballista and a Derox Great Axe in my inventory? So this is when we get to the weird thing when his shield goes down. So again, you start the fight, you hit the boss, you do 1 attack and his shield is up, and then the second attack you do, his shield will be down. He will do his raw, and he will choose his attack style. Then you get the whole no accuracy and then high accuracy, and then he'll do a special attack again, and he'll shoot out the bombs, and he'll raw, and he'll switch his attack style. Whenever he does that, his shield goes down for 1 attack. When the shield is down, number 1, the 80% damage multiplier on everything goes away, so you get a normal 100% damage multiplier. There's also some very strange mechanic with crush weapons, heavy ammunition, which is ballistas and crossbows, and actually spells. So not powered staves, but standard spells. But I haven't done much testing with the spells, so I'm not going to bother talking about that much. Especially since magic doesn't seem super good. But with crush weapons and heavy weapons, when you'd hit that demon during that shield down moment, if it's crush or if it's heavy, and again it's only these, it's been hard coded for them, it's weird. If it's slower than 4 ticks, then your attack will be sped up to 4 ticks, and the difference will be turned into bonus damage. And the formula for it is weird. But essentially, if your weapon is 5 tick, it gets sped up to 4 tick for 1 attack, and you get 9 bonus damage. If it's a 6 tick weapon, same thing, it becomes 4 tick, but now you get 20 bonus damage. And if it's a 7 tick weapon, which Derox Great Axe is, Obby Maul, and Ballistas on Accurate, not Rapid. Once again, it still gets sped up to 4 ticks, but this time you get 33 bonus damage, which is a lot. So you want to take advantage of that. So we're going to do that. That's why these are here. So if I'm attacking the boss with melee and he does his special attack, I'll equip the Derox Great Axe. I'll slap him once with it. It hits like a 65 or whatever because it's minimum 33, max of like, I don't know, 80 something. And then I'll switch back to my Arclight and start smacking him again. When he's in range, I'll do the same thing with Ballista, hit him for a high hit. So you can even Ballista spec if you want to, and then swap back to your range setup. Then the last thing is, again, you'll do that, you'll swap back to your setup, but he has that sudden low accuracy phase, and so I'll swap to Bofa or, whatever. You'll kind of see it when it's in action. Trying to think of what else is in there. The problem with this is it gets kind of difficult to also keep track of the prayer swapping because there's no indicator. They're like demonic gorillas where you have to do like the step back and see if they walk into melee range to know what they're doing. And they're extremely accurate, and if you don't pray correctly, they will smack the absolute bejeebus out of you. And for whatever weird reason, the melee attack has a delay to it, so you can react, but the range and the magic attacks do not, and they are near instant. It's obnoxious, and I hate that, but it's a thing. So here's my setup. Again, if you have Tebow, run that. It's crazy. You don't have to do the Bullpipe and Bofa swap, but I like to be optimal because it's more fun that way. This is what we got. So I'll do a test now to see how many kills per hour we can get with this because I haven't actually done that accurately enough yet. So I have 135 demon kills, and I have that written down. We'll just go do one trip with the setup here. We'll do one super combat or one divine potion length. I like to bring 6 prayer pots, but you might want to bring more food because the more mistakes means more bad. And last time I did this, I actually died. It was awesome. All right, so there's my 10-minute spiel. Let's give this a roll. We'll see how long this takes. Based on some preliminary calcs, I was getting around 40 kills per hour doing this. I think with max gear and not sucking at the game, you can pretty easily do 45, maybe 50. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see some super giga gamers come out and show like 60 kills an hour or something crazy. Especially when you start taking into account doing the multi-combat rooms. I think doing 2 is not too bad. Doing 3 is really hard, but doing 2 at a time is not too bad. And that should increase your kills per hour just a bit, because when they do their special attack and you get your extra damage and your speed up, you can actually do it to both of them at the same time to be a little bit more optimal. And what's kind of cool is the more of them that you're fighting at the same time, the more it speeds up your attack speed. So if you're fighting 2, instead of dropping your cooldown to 4 ticks, it actually drops it to 3 ticks. If you're fighting 3, it actually drops it to 2 ticks. Interesting. But I have not done much testing on that myself to see if the bonus damage increases as well. Now we get to spend 4 years hopping because why would we make this content not be filled with people? They really should add like you know how at Abyssal Slayer there's the eyes at the start of each of the paths? I need to put something like that in here. Although then again, to be fair, I guess in a while this won't be as packed. All right, here we got an open spot. It is melee, so I'm gonna do this. You got it, buddy. All right. So I'm just gonna bow up for a little bit here. I think I got like 1 or 2 more attacks of the low accuracy, so I'll just do that. Now we'll just switch back over to blowpipe when I have 100% accuracy here. So as you can see, I should have like 45%-ish accuracy, and I don't. I'm hitting everything, so it's clearly doing some funky stuff. At first we thought this was a bug, but now we don't think it is. And there's my attacks. Alright, cool. 2, 3, 4, 5, and now he does 100% accuracy. Just because I've timed it out. If you do your big thwack and then 5 4-tick attacks, that's roughly 23 or 24 ticks, I want to say. Oh. No, I want this thing. See, again, if you don't suck like me, you don't lose ticks there. Okay. I want to blowpipe spec, so I'm just gonna hold on to my food here. Yep. Oh. Okay, now watch this. Attack, out, switch, in. Darox, because that's a no shield hits, and then back to stabbing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now I can go to town. Oh, I fucked up that one. And I also fucked up that. I'll say it's 5 again. 2, 3, 4, 5. Go. It is a lot to think about, and I have found that until you get really good at it, you're probably going to take more damage because you're just going to mess up prayer flicks and things. Okay, your demon away. This one's on this start, so we're going to go this way. 1. Lista. 1. 2. 3. And we're good. We just stab on Arclight. Oh yeah, that is important. Make sure your Arclight's on stab. Unless you get a lot of max hits from the slash, in which case you'll actually just want to like straight up manually switch back and forth between the stab and slash. Because the stab is like 25% more accuracy. Blast. It's a lot. So you want to use that. And you see, the magic attack came out instantly because reasons. I don't know why. It's so stupid. I hate that. You're not on it. It just destroys you. How much prayer this gives? Very little. Oh, wait, no, regens. Oh. I haven't gotten enough of those to really know what they do. 65, baby. 2, 3, 4. No, I can't. 5. I should also be summoning thralls. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I was a little slow, so this should be fine. Also, if you're gonna blow pipe spec like me for the HP, definitely wait for that 100% accuracy phase. I don't want these. Eh. Poke, step back. Axe in. The reason why we step back is to check if he's doing melee. 3, 4, 5. Also not bothering to count his auto attacks to know when he'll spec, but you can. For me, it's more just like a feels thing. I know roughly where it is, and I kind of don't care too much about the details. Gonna do it soon. Let's do 3. It's roughly that much. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Ooh, another smoldering plants. I'll leave that there. This guy needs to move his demon out of the way. Ooh. Oh, I didn't ballista. 3, 4, 5. Let's wait a little bit just in case before you blow pipes back. 1, 2, 3. Got the stabby stab. This trip is going a lot better than the last one, I'll say that. JX, please fix aggro. You said you did, but you lied. You did not fix aggro. Plan should, be keep it go over prayer, in my opinion. 2, 3, 5. Come on. Sometimes the arc light just does not hit. Two, 3, 4, 5. I think that first hit usually has normal accuracy, but hit anyways. Nice, clean 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. First hit is always just a little bit off. Probably gonna get a spec soon, just kidding. He's just outright dead. Loot is in fact Garbo. One, 2, 3. Also, it seems like because my axe missed, it actually didn't give me the bonus. I guess, I don't know if your accuracy on that first one is off or what, but 2, 3, 4, 5. I have noticed that though, that very, very rarely I will actually miss the big hit when the shield's down. When you do, it doesn't give you the speed up. Your attack is still 7 ticks, which is really weird. Two, 3, 4, 5. If you had any doubts about the method, or about the credibility of the accuracy stuff, the blowpipe hit should make it pretty clear. 33. So I hit a 0? Dude, my blowpipe specs are doing nothing. It's disappointing. One, two, three, four. Ooh, my thrall changed it. Hell yeah. Keep going with the melee. Also never lucky. One, two, three, four, five. I'll actually do the other one because I was tick perfect this time. And I'll eat too. Fine. One, two, three, four, five. 7? Come on! Need more healing than that, dude. Even though it's kind of hard, I will say it's actually pretty fun to do the Darox thing. Pretty neat little walkover. One, two, three, four, five. I'm not potted. $75, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Vile ashes. Take my post-max parry XP, thank you. One, two, also missed the ballista. 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're still unranged. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we're not unranged. What? I do feel like their prayer swap needs to be a little more obvious, but that's just me. See, didn't... Magic one is... It's weird. 2, 3, 4, 5. If I brought mantas, this might go a little bit better. Bringing wands. Iron Man problems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll go for the 6. 6. Doing it soon. One, 2, 3. I lost 6, so I'll do 5, 4, 5. Also, notice that Venom is working. That is the other fun part of the blowpipe, and why you should bring it. Free Venom damage. Alright, so I got like one more kill before my timers run out. I personally don't mind being unpotted just for one kill. Probably shouldn't. Whatever. It's a lot of work to get a world right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll do one more. One, 2, 4, 3, 4. Also, did not need to drink that fairy dust. Alrighty. Now we head back. And timer, I started at 10. That was 23 minutes. We ended with 150 kills. So that's 15 kills. Let me swap to my screen here so I can show the calculator. 150 kills minus 135 kills is 15. You know what? Let's just round up. Let's say 24 minutes. So, 15 kills in 24 minutes is that many kills per minute times 60, 37.5 kills an hour. It's higher than what Reddit was getting at. So yeah, again, max gear 45 seems reasonable. And again, this is also including the time running there, which if you have good gear and you don't suck at your prayer swaps like me, or you take less swaps or whatever, you can have longer trips, and this will go up as a result. If we cut out, say, the 2 minutes to run there, I don't know how long it is. If you cut out the time spent hopping for worlds because, you know, it's really packed right now, so on and so forth, this number will go up. But yeah, so that's the gist of it. That's the strategy. Again, for Iron Men, it's still kind of debatable whether or not the bullet pipe is worth in terms of scale costs and dart costs, because the time spent acquiring those is kind of weird with BOPA. But I have a lot of excess scales. I don't mind Zora. I AFK Amethyst, so I prefer it. If you have Tebow, Tebow's amazing. If you have Camping Bofa, I don't think Camping Bofa is the strongest idea. It's definitely not for mains, but for Ironman, I don't know. You'd have to do the math yourself on how long it takes you to kill Zora and get scales and all that stuff. Um, don't use Blowpipe if you have Adamant darts or less, Rune darts above only. Ballistas are good. Heavy ballistas better. I just don't have them because I'm an Ironman. Don't forget to pick up your javelin shafts because that's why I'm limited here is I don't have javelin shafts. Which, by the way, you can only make them from regular logs. You cannot make them from higher tier logs, which is dumb. Darox Great Axe, I believe, is the strongest 7-tick melee here. And you want it to be 7-tick. 6-tick does not get as much as 7-tick does. So don't bother with Elder Maul or anything like that. Darox. I know Obby Maul is a thing. There were some other things I saw out there. Dragon Two-Hand Sword. I want to say there was one other, but I can't remember. I think ZCB Zero Crossbow, very good. The spec, which is practically guaranteed to land. There is a chance you don't, but it's pretty high odds. If the Ruby spec lands off shield, and you have it on accurate instead of rapid, it will do 130 damage at full HP. I can't remember where the threshold is where it stops doing max damage, but it's a lot. It's really good. If you manage to get down to really low HP and have the full 4-way Darox switch, I've seen people do 160 with that, and I'm pretty sure it can go higher. Because funny thing, the multiplier of 90 or I think it's like double damage or whatever. The multiplier from being low HP on Darox is a post roll modifier. So it adds the 33 to your hit and then multiplies it by the Darox effect. So that's pretty good. You saw the Ballista was hitting 80s. The Darox with nothing else was hitting 80s. These are both good options for your one big hit swap. If you're lazy, you don't have to do the swap, but it is recommended. The only other thing worth mentioning is I don't recommend using a normal or fast weapon. I haven't tested this today, so things might have changed, but when I was testing it yesterday, 4-tick and 3-tick crush weapons, so the Hosta on crush, or I had the ham joints. I tested with the ham joints, and I also tested with the Karis. Those all on crush. Oh, and also the bludgeon. I tried with the bludgeon as well. All of those, which are 4-tick and a 3-tick, they get reduced damage for some reason. I don't know why. We think it's a bug, but that was not a good thing. So don't use those. Use a slow weapon, and it has to be crush. So if you're going to use a BGS, make sure it's on crush. If it's on slash, it doesn't work. It has to be on crush. Yeah. Bows do not work. Bows are not heavy. They are medium. Blowpipe is light. I believe the Hunter crossbow is classified as heavy, but its max hit is not very good, and it's still a 3-tick weapon. When I was watching a clip of Addy using it, it did not seem like it was getting the bonus damage. But it was getting the speed up. It was getting the attack speed up. But it's 3-tick already. And so when he was using it, was against 3 demons. So he was going down to 2-tick, which is whatever. If you're doing a single demon or a double, don't bother with the Hunter crossbow. You bring like a regular crossbow and put it on accurate. Trying to think what else to mention. I haven't checked how high a Dragon Warhammer can hit, but it's probably got some funny memes going on. But Obby Maul is probably better for that. And Ballistas, if you happen to get one, are quite strong. That's all I can think of. The only thing is there's a consideration for bringing Void range for when hitting in the range phase. But that's a lot of swaps, and things get funky because obviously Void is really bad when you don't have 100% accuracy. So you got to weigh out the variables and think about what you're doing. I don't bother with that personally. That's a lot of effort for something that's probably just going to end up costing me as I mess up the swaps, but worth thinking. Thrall's good. Bring Thralls. Use the one that's not of the 2 styles you are attacking with. That way there's a chance that it will swap to the Thrall's damage if the Thrall thresholds it, and then you can just keep stabbing with melee, because melee is really good. Make a second Sapphire Lantern. Because if you die, then you need another one to get back there. So that's good to have on hand. Have some spare games necklaces for the same reason. Yada yada. That's all I got. 40-minute long video. Sorry for the whole length of it, but hopefully this explains everything. If you need more details, there'll be some stuff on the wiki. Yeah. Thanks for watching.